Visit AnsonPDR.com for the largest selection for just about all your PDR tools, where you'll find hog glue and hog tabs.
Mobile Tech RX, the app that helps you make more money. Welcome to another episode of PDR Tool Time. Today's episode is number 238. I'm John Renstrom alongside Vince D'Alessandro and Mr. Daniel Grom. Hudson Tansey is still out. He is lost somewhere in the greater Houston area. We wish him well and hope him the best. Godspeed.
He's unpacking.
Daniel Grom? Who's Daniel Grom? Is that guy that goes on Facebook and like posts and then never to return again?
Yes, that's me.
The man, the myth, the legend?
I seagull host.
That's right. Swoop
Circle,
in, drop a load, leaves.
Where'd the Texan guy go? Where'd he go?
What's happening, y'all? Cowboy Vinny.
Cowboy Vinny. I saw that post today. I was cracking up, man.
Yeah.
Remind me of the old commercials of the car lot. Come on down.
Oh, it's only going to get better from there. It's only getting better from there, boys. I got to learn how to talk slower like a Texan, though. Cowboy Vinny, come on down to Anson PDR.
Have you started saying y'all yet?
I do. I catch myself, though, and that's the problem. It naturally comes. But oddly enough, if you're from Chicago, Southside Chicago people say y'all.
We grew up saying y'all here, so for me it was just something that we always said.
But we were more sophisticated.
I think you need to work in something about a big rod in one of your videos.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
Cowboy Benny's Big Rod.
Big Rod special.
Dude, you got a lot of tools that are going to be, what was that, 60% off?
Yeah, or more, man. Just come, and if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and you're not going to come and sift through the tools that we're selling at rock bottom, just make me an offer. You know, you want 5 of them? I'll give you a deal. We just need them gone because I do not want to do the manual labor of moving them across town, more than across town. I'm across about 5 towns to our new location come January. So these are tools that, you know, they're scratch and dent. The CarePoint tools, they're just not carrying them anymore. Anson isn't. So we're blowing out everything.
I love my CarePoint tools.
They're great tools.
Yeah, they're fantastic tools.
Yeah.
And if you, in fact, go there, look for the really small ones. All their small ones, they're less than a quarter inch. What is that?
7/30 seconds.
Yeah. I use those things all the time in factory holes. They're strong as hell.
Yeah.
They have some crazy shaped ones, kind of Steinliner-esque shaped. And really, I couldn't work without them.
Yeah. Sure. And I mean, the rail tails are solid. And all those. I mean, really.
Yeah. And they're all ratcheting handles.
Everything. I think there are some fixed handle whale tails, but not many. But I'm telling you, we got to get rid of them. And if you guys have ever gone to MTE and went to the bucket, it's going to be like that, guys. So, Dent Tools Warehouse had a bucket. Everything was a certain amount of dollars. And
they had a $20 table. And I've got some of the best tools from that table. And,
Yeah. So, and that's the thing. And they're professional grade. They're not junk. They're not freaking eBay. They're not.
They're German steel. Friggin' nice.
Not eBay tools.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So besides that,
be at eBay prices though.
Yeah. Well, they might be. They're below eBay.
I'm flying out there just to buy some.
You should. Speaking of which, December 5th is going to be our last and final Toys for Tots drive. I know it's a couple months ago. 3 months away? But I want people to start planning for it because that is going to be the last time at Anson PDR in Arlington, Texas. That will be shut down once Anson 2.0 comes along. And for all you guys that are in like northern Texas and don't want to drive all the way down to Burleson, we're having a satellite location at Andrew Kenzie's shop, which is Alliance PDR. Who dat?
Which town is that one in?
He's in Plano.
Oh, okay. Yeah, nice. That will save a ton of driving. As somebody who drove from McKinney down to the Anson facility regularly.
Yeah. It's about an hour drive.
Oh yeah, as long as the traffic's flowing.
Exactly. So
it's an hour drive.
That's going to save you some time. That's going to be opening up over the course of a few months. We're just growing, guys, and it's nice because we see so many new tools and manufacturers bringing us stuff, and we appreciate that they trust us with their tools, and they know they're getting a good shake at a chance of getting them out to a lot of technicians' hands, like you guys listening.
Right.
And you get to see all the good, cool stuff and play with the new toy. I tell you, a trip to Anson for me is hard. It's hard. Yep. I have to finger everything. I do. I touch it all. I'm like, I got to, and then I see a tool that I've never used, and then I got to go like fix a hood with it. And then I have to quiz everybody. Cade just runs at this stage. If I'm coming through the door, he's like, I don't want to answer questions. Where'd you get this? When did they make this? Yeah.
Cade's a good dude. He's got a lot of patience for me.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's a great guy.
He's an old soul.
Down there.
You would swear that guy's like in his 30s or 40s, but I don't even think he's barely 30.
Yeah.
No, he's a good dude.
All right, before we move on, anything else from Anson?
Nothing, not really. No, just get on. Every week I'm going to be showing off something big, and it's going to be limited quantity. It's going to be either 1 or 2 or 5.
And you'll be showing something big and long and thick?
Yeah, it's going to be a tool, though. I'm going to hand pick tools out of the bargain bins and sell them. They're not going to be care points. For example, there might be some ultra benches or hood stands, stuff like that we have that we're not carrying them anymore. Or
come on down.
They're scratching it. Come on down to Anson PDR, throw to 303 West Vision Street. Damn it. Or
you're going to get so used to saying that as soon as you guys move to Burleson, you're not even going to know what to say.
Right. The only problem is I wanted to be fair for the people that are online that don't live in northern Dallas area, or I'm sorry, northern Texas area. So I am going to be handpicking things that I think that everyone's going to want and drastically reduce it. Some of you guys already seen me do the TDN hood stands last week. I sold 3 of those. The 3 that we had drastically reduced. Normally $1,200. I sold them for $400. One was brand new in the box. We had to get $900 for that, but still wasn't $1,200. So those are the types of things to look out for. Speaking of which, I think we have a special guest that we're going to call that is in the tool business as well, aren't we, Daniel?
Yeah. We're going to call Francisco. He works for Dent Tools USA, and he drives the truck for them around the country. So let's give him a ring-a-ding.
Ring-a-dingy to Francisco. He's a super fan of ours. I love this guy.
I love that guy. He is the happiest guy at MTE. He is just like always wants to take a picture or get your autograph.
Sign his shirt, right?
Yeah, sign his shirt. Yeah, he's just
Francisco is a great guy.
Yeah,
he really is.
So we're gonna pick his brain a little bit and see what makes Francisco Canales. That's if he answers his phone. He probably doesn't recognize the 817.
I told him to.
What's up?
Who's this?
Francisco.
What's up, guys?
How are you?
¿Qué onda?
I'm pretty good.
¿Qué onda, Francisco?
¿Qué onda ese?
All right, pull over to a safe spot.
How are you guys doing?
I'm good.
Are you
You're on with me, Vince, and John Renstrom. Welcome to the show, and you're live.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah.
I don't owe anybody money. First thing.
Oh, that's good.
Instead, everybody owes me money. So watch out.
That's right. So you're currently driving around in the tool truck right now, right?
Yes, sir. I'm on a route in North Wyoming. I've been out here the last 2 days.
Cool.
Awesome place to be.
Can you disclose where you're going tomorrow?
No, sir. That's top secret.
Okay. Okay.
That's
Go ahead.
That's the perfect response from a tool van driver right there.
I run undercover, my friend. I don't tell anyone else where I go. It's like the thief that's going to come steal from your shop. They never kill you when they're going to show up.
Right. Yeah. So you were telling me earlier, I was talking to you yesterday, how you were stating that this year is kind of different because of COVID, obviously, but that we don't have any of the international guys coming in and taking up work. So there's more work for everybody else. Is that right?
Correct. I've seen it myself. It's one of those things that if you were on the road pushing dents in the health trace, you were getting hired everywhere you went.
In fact, guys are begging you for techs, right?
Yeah, so that's one of the things when people start learning to trust you, they figure you deal with other people that you trust them as well. But it's a very delicate subject because, I think everybody has a chance to go knock doors at these body shops or retail shops. So I stay out of it because I believe there's a guy behind me. I don't know about him. They're going to knock doors in that shop. So I leave it to the techs to find those shops because my priorities is sell tools. But it doesn't hold me, like you said yesterday, PDR job contractor. You mentioned that yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't think about that, but it's something I can mention to people as for potential employees or techs. That's a place.
Yeah, PDR Contractors is a great resource to find techs that are looking for work, and I think it still falls in that realm of you being separated from it and said, hey, just go to this website. There's techs on there. You can read what their qualifications are, and you can decide yourself if you should hire them or not, and if they're available. So I think that's safe to do, and a good way to do it.
So Francisco, take us back to because you didn't always drive around in a tool van, and I think I remember like the first year that I met you were just starting to work for Mark over there at Dent Tools USA, and you didn't really care to drive around that tool van. You rather stay back in Colorado, if I wasn't mistaken, right?
Yeah, so I started in Colorado. I had zero experience as far as PDR or other than knowing a couple of guys.
Yeah.
My first PDR tech I ever met, it was a guy named Craig from Oklahoma City. This guy was so nice to me. He actually wanted to teach me how to do PDR, but my body shop owner saw me trying to learn the trade, and he threatened to fire me if I learned the trade. So I got a pretty sour taste of PDR in the beginning because my boss knew if I learned PDR, I was going to be gone, and he couldn't afford to lose me. And then 4 years later, next thing you know, I'm driving a tool truck, so it didn't matter.
Right?
Yeah,
you're taking him up on it.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, I keep going back to the body shop I used to work, and every time he looks at me like, hey, you're coming back to work, right? I'm like, no, I'm just here to take your money. Fine, get out of here.
So what were you doing in the body shop world? Were you the prepper or painter or body guy? What were you doing?
Well, when I started the body shop, I always had a love for the auto industry.
Yeah.
My last job before that was a restaurant. I was making $10.25, and somebody put my name for that body shop as a referral. And I took that job at $8.25. I didn't care about losing $2 per hour because I knew I loved it. So to me, the money didn't matter. So I started at the very, very bottom, which is washing cars, throwing some paper on it, and let the other guys do the rest. So they were just little tests that if you're good washing cars, okay, move on.
Yeah.
So they'll have me watch the guys do the body work. Then I'll start doing the body work. So I went from the very bottom of the body shop all the way to the top to management because everything they threw at me, I loved it. So I'm a full R&I in any car in the industry, plus RVs, plus semis, and even trains. We worked on stuff like that. So,
all right.
And-
So if you're in the shop and need a car R&I, Francisco is there to help.
you know, it's funny that you say that because it's been countless the times I find a PDR tag by himself, and he's trying to put a hood or a lift gate by himself. Like, man, you can't do that by yourself. Let me help you. Oh, you know how to do? And I was like, I was raised for this kind of stuff. I've been working on cars the last 15 years because I used to work at a mechanic shop when I went through high school.
Yeah.
So I worked for this guy on the weekends. So that taught me a lot about mechanic tools and power tools, air tools. So when I went into the body shop, I was like, oh my goodness, what did I step into?
Well, I'm sure Mark probably pays you well because you could have probably, been out doing R&I for John Renstrom up there in South Dakota.
Yeah. It's one of those things, my mom, because I was raised without a dad. He left us behind. My mom always told me that if you ever find something in life and you like doing it, don't worry about how much you get paid because people are going to recognize how valuable you're going to become to that company. And they just start throwing money at you. And that was a very fun example for the body shop. I started at $825. 4 years later, I was making $32 and sometimes $35 an hour. So
Yeah.
I was really happy with that.
Mama knows best.
And when somebody raises you with love, they're going to tell you the truth. They're not going to mess around. They're going to tell you, do it like this, do it like that. Don't mess around. Show up on time. Give it 100%.
That's right.
Francisco, what are some really hot selling tools off your tool truck? What's some top sellers?
I'm not playing favorites to begin with. Okay, keep that in mind. We are obviously we're a one-time shop, so we carry a variety. But something I get myself in trouble with is with the Kiko tabs. Kenny and Chris knows this. If you can't supply those Kiko tabs, the dead center tabs, you create problems for me. So
Yeah.
I don't care what you got to do. You better fulfill that order with the Kiko dead center tabs.
Yeah.
Because there are times where I show up and the technician looks at me with a happy face like, Francisco, my man, you better have those dead center tabs with you. Like, I'm still waiting. It's like, fine, get out of here. Don't come back until you have them in your truck. Because to them is, we're their favorite guy. You better have the product. And if you don't, expect to be kicked out. So
yeah, I noticed that even with Chris and Biggs, I mean, they have the responsibility of they're the face of many tool companies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like yourself, you're the first contact that some of these guys, they don't go to MTE, they don't go to Anson or to Oklahoma to Dentcraft and stuff like that. They're out working. They've never stepped foot in those. So their first point of contact to any type of tool sale is a van like yourself.
Exactly.
So
exactly. I'm glad you bring that up because this truck is not ran by season. This truck is ran by routes.
Yeah.
So I work 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, year long, 2 years and a half. And I haven't asked for my first vacation because I don't take this as a job. I take this as I love doing this and I'm getting paid for it.
Yeah.
Good. Which is the next stage. So it's about building relationships because a lot of the techs that you meet on the road, they're so busy with their business. The last thing they want to do is get on the internet, look up a tool that they don't know anything about it. But if you have it on hand, they'll buy a full set of them.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, this morning, one of the techs told me, look, I want this specific tool, but I was hoping you had it. And I would buy the full set, but you don't have it. And I told the guy, I was like, you won't believe how many times I try to reach out to this guy to get his tools. And he tells me he's really busy. Do me a favor. This is the name. This is the guy. Give him a shout. Give him a hard time because I want his tool in my van. So,
yeah, we better not name any names because we could probably name a few of those people that caused those issues for you van guys.
you feel what I'm saying.
I know exactly what you're saying.
So a guy earlier, he got a chance to touch the tequila tools because we have the Craig's tequila brand.
Yeah.
And we have the 4 set, the 6 set, and the 2 other 4 sets. He touched it. He felt it. Fine. I need them. Yep. And then he touched the other 2. Fine. I need it. He touched the other 2. I need it. So these technicians got to feel and maybe give it a couple of cranks and they're sold.
Yeah.
So 15 minutes later, this guy is down the drain with $1,100. I mean, I'm happy. And these guys never get on the internet. Matter of fact, I will tell you this guy. Sorry, go ahead.
The thing is even the ones that are on the internet, you see the tools, but you don't know how it's going to feel until you get a hold of it and you realize, man, that's pretty comfortable. And
exactly.
I can put a lot of torque on that and push them dents. So
exactly. So this is, guys, a fine example. Look, he has tools. Like actually pry tools, like hand tools and some rods made by Endeavor.
Oh,
I think it's 20 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. How about that?
His lifespan has got to be at least 20 years old. Everything he has in that tool cart is like from the beginners 30 years ago. So when I stop in, I'm his best man with the brand new tools. Like, Francisco, I can't thank you enough because you're here. I sold him the Todd Never Lose.
Yeah.
yeah.
And he looks at me, a month later, he goes, Francisco, my best investment in all my tools for my whole career as a PDR tech is the Never Lose.
Right. That should have came out 30 years ago. It should have came out 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Exactly. So tools on hands, it has to happen. It's just the way it is.
Yeah. So how does someone get you to wherever they're at?
Well, I stay so busy that some of the times I turn down some of the calls because I know that Biggs or Chris or the PDR Finesse truck are closer to me because they're asking me from different states. And I tell them honestly, that's way, way too far for me. But I know that Ensign trucks, PDR Finesse trucks run through those areas. I'll get you guys in touch with them. Like, no, Francisco, you don't get it. We want you. Like, oh, that feels really good. Okay. The only way I can go over there is if you spend a minimum of $5,000 plus a steak when I go there.
So get your friends together and spend $5,000.
I'm not saying that to exaggerate, but it is really true.
It is, yeah.
It's one of the guys. I would say he's my number one, and I'm not going to say names again. In less than 8 months, you want me to tell you how much I got out of him? Is that okay?
Sure.
Yeah.
$20,000.
Yeah.
One guy.
Sure. But man, when you get a chance to see tools that make you more money or easier money, man, it's worthwhile investment. The tools sell themselves. You just got to put them in front of the techs.
Exactly. So, find an example: Dent Stuff Rod, Carbon Tech, or Todd Zimmerman's Hell Rod, and maybe a couple other ones I forget. Woody Causes sells. The other one is Metal Medic with King Garrison, and a few other ones here and there. But when you make that change from an old bar into a carbon fiber rod, and I go back the next time, and the first thing the guys tell me, Francisco, first car I got in, it is already paid in full.
Yeah.
You know what they do? They buy a second one.
Yeah.
And then the guys that they hire, that they're old school,
They pass
he'll
them down.
buy each one of them to the next guy that comes in.
Yeah.
So, tool trucks are. Let me ask you, when was the last time you seen a Snap-on shop? Like somewhere you can walk in and buy tools from a Snap-on store.
Never.
Never. Not in the store. I see his
What
truck
about
every
a
week.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Let me ask you this, Francisco, because I noticed, I think you posted something a couple months ago, maybe a month ago or so, that the actual location for Dent Tools USA had sold. Now, are you guys just strictly running as a van, or is there a location still in Colorado somewhere? Because I know it looked like Mark sold his location.
okay, so I'm glad you asked that. That way everybody knows. It's not that we're closing our brick and mortar. No, it's the shop in Motor City. It's a very high-end retail building.
Yeah.
That's what it comes to be.
It was a car dealership, wasn't it?
They call it Motor City, and there's got to be at least 30 different car lots.
Yeah.
Each one of them holds a couple hundred, a few, but it's a very, very unique part of town. There's big developments coming through that part of town, like massive. So everybody wants that land.
Oh, I know.
So,
I know why Mark sold it. He's no dummy.
Think about this. He's a PDR tech. He sells tools, but he's in real estate too as well.
Yeah.
So it's one of those situations you can either keep the building and never cash out, or cash out as much as you can and diversify the money that you have extra.
Yeah.
Because we currently have multiple locations in Colorado Springs to do PDR.
Yeah.
So
what about tools wise? Are you going to have a brick and mortar for tools or no?
Our current building that we're looking at, it's four times bigger than the one we have right now.
Yeah. Oh, great.
So it'll be, if we did a tool display in that building for the whole entire building, it would be, I don't know, like, how can I refer to? Have you guys been to our store by any chance?
I have not. John might have. I don't know, John.
Nope, I haven't been there.
Well, let's just say
you had a big showroom though, a good sized showroom. Anyhow,
yeah. The other building, if we turn it into full PDR, I think it has 4 or 5 bays plus the building itself, which I believe is a 2-story. That one it's only PDR, but if we sell the building, we're moving. Hopefully, that's the plan. Things could change, but maybe we're heading to the other building, which that multiply our room by 3 to 4 times bigger than what we have now.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So that'll be a nice place for techs to stop in and take a look at tools and see them if you can't make it by. But I know we really appreciate when you stop at our shop and you've stopped there, 2-3 times so far this season. And then Biggs has stopped. I mean, it's always great.
And that's the thing, because, John, like you noticed that Francisco carries some tools that ants and vans don't. So,
exactly.
And vice versa. So, it's good. You got to get all these guys coming by and spend your good hard-earned money on these van drivers. Because really, they're like the hail technicians. Those guys, Francisco, you might be working year-round, but you're not on the road year-round. Or maybe you are.
I am. And what I mean is my main route consists Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, New Mexico, and parts of Texas going straight south. That's year long. And then when the hail season, then it's the world.
Yeah.
I love this job. You couldn't hold me home unless you put me in house arrest.
Yeah.
I can't be home for X amount of days because I'm eager to be on the road. So that's what I was saying earlier. I don't take this job as a seasonal job. This truck moves the wheels Monday through Friday, and when I'm on the road, it's from 8 a.m. until midnight.
Yeah.
And I love it. I can't get enough of it.
And then, and it's not. It really isn't seasonal in the aspect of MTEs are coming up, and you have to get ready for those, and you have to go and do displays, and see your people at MTE and stuff like that. So it's never really seasonal. Obviously, hail is seasonal to a certain degree.
Yeah.
But and the volumes are obviously during the summer. You're going to come across more people, but PDR doesn't stop working just because it's Christmas Eve, right, John? You're still pushing this.
If I got dents in front of me, I'm pushing all the time. I'll push you around. Daniel, you got yourself muted again.
Yeah, we can't hear you, Daniel. Unmute your. There you go.
Sorry, guys, we're closing the doors here. Actually, speaking of MTE, they sent out a notice saying that MTE is on, and that they're currently doing events at the location that we will be at, which looks amazing, by the way. I looked at the hotel. The hotel is really, really cool. It's kind of circular, and the inner part of it is like a big atrium. And they are doing current events there, the same size as MTE right now, currently.
Now, what's the name of that?
Gosh, I forget.
Caught him off guard. You know what? When I was there, when was I in Florida? I was there for Clearwater, but but there was something else. Actually, when I was in Texas back about 3 or 4 months ago, about 4 or 5 months ago, before I moved here, they were advertising shows at that location. Why can't we think of the name of the darn place right now?
Some guys.
I'm looking it back up. It's not the Gaylord, is it?
It's the Gaylord, yeah.
Gaylord,
the Gaylord Palms. That's it.
Gaylord, yep. Which are always nice resorts.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of, it kind of got me excited a little bit. I'm kind of looking forward to it. So I think everybody's just chewing at the bit to get together and do something. So hopefully everybody feels the same.
Yeah, I'm hoping Francisco is going to come down to the Toys for Tots, the last open house at Anson, original Anson. That's December 5th. Maybe we'll see our good friend Francisco make the drive down there. What do you think, Francisco? Talk to your boss.
The beauty of this is I don't have a boss.
Right.
I have an investor. So if I tell him we go left, we go left. If I tell him let's go right, he goes right. And it's come to he treats me very well. He listens to me. He takes my input.
Yeah.
I'm doing 110% to turn the wheels on this truck. So he lets me do things that somebody else wouldn't let me do. So yeah, I'm happy with that.
You know what? That's good to hear. And Mark is such a good guy. I like his energy. He's just easygoing. That guy loves to fish, though, man. That guy lives to fish.
It's funny because myself and Mark, we actually grew up not too far away from each other in Chicago.
Really?
And I didn't know this until last year when we were at MTE Vegas, and we had some time to actually sit down and talk to each other at Ray's birthday party up at I forgot where that was. Where were we, John?
Vegas.
I can't remember. All I remember was that was really high in the friggin' air.
Yeah, because most of us think, Mark Zirkis, he's from Russia. Well, yeah, he was from Russia when he was a kid, but he moved to the States when he was young. And he grew up in Chicago, like not too far from me, maybe 10 miles at most. We went to competing schools. So
that's funny.
That's awesome.
Well, Francisco, we appreciate you coming on and gave us a little insight what's going on in the PDR world. Really appreciate you and all that you do, and we hope to see you guys soon. Hopefully, we'll see you, maybe at Anson, or we'll see you definitely at MTE.
Now, Francisco,
Go ahead.
while driving down the road, do you listen to our podcast?
That's something I got to tell you guys directly. I'm soaking in my brain within the last 30 years. So once I get off work or I'm on the road, I watch you guys' podcast either through iTunes. Is it iTunes?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or anything that I love going into YouTube because I find hundreds and hundreds of videos And because I have to catch up within the last 40 years and in the last 2 years, and I'm not even touching the surface. So
Sure.
I do a lot of self.
Cisco, you're not supposed to be watching YouTube while you're driving down the road.
There's nothing else to do.
I'm not saying I'm watching YouTube while I'm driving.
He's
I'm
listening.
saying that YouTube is a good source of information.
Yeah.
That's
I
good.
never said on live show I was watching YouTube while I was driving. Let's make that clear, okay? Mark is probably going to listen to this.
Yeah,
But the one thing I can tell you guys from my end is I wish I would have jumped into PDR early in life. For whatever reason, I didn't. I'm having a blast. I'm getting to meet people like you guys, John, Vince, Daniel, Mike Toledo, and, so many names. I don't want to keep mentioning. It wouldn't fair because I can't mention them all together. But I got to be so thankful to the industry, because when you're a driver and you're alone for hours and hours, and the first time you see a tech walking out, it's a smile. It's like, okay, it's worth it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's neat. That's good to hear, man. I like your energy. I love how you always, you've always got a smile on your face and you're always happy. We really appreciate you. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you, guys, and hi everybody out there that's going to listen to this show. And next time you see.
Well, how can they get a hold of you if they need to get a hold of you, or do you not want to get a hold of?
Yes, it always has to be planned out. I can't commit a commitment from one day to the next, but of course we can make the calendar. It always works. So anybody that wants to reach out to me, my direct number is 620-481-7198. Or you guys can reach out to me on Facebook, Francisco Canales. And if anybody listens to this show, I'll hook you up with something. But you got to say to me first, I heard you on this show, and that's the way I hook you up. So
nice.
All right. Good job, buddy. All right, man. We'll see you later.
Thanks, Francisco.
Awesome, guys. Thank you so much.
All right, brother.
All right. Thanks, brother.
Bye-bye.
Adios.
Bye-bye. Adios.
All right.
Oh man, Francisco is always great when he stops into the shop. Always good to talk to.
He's just good energy, man. Good energy.
Yep. I don't know how many shirts of his I've got my name on, but I've put my name on a few.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always, at first I didn't know how to address him, because he was just like, "Hey, Daniel Grom," he was just like kind of a fan and stuff, and didn't know who he was, but you could tell that he was coming from a good place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, if you guys don't know, what John is talking about is like he has everyone sign his shirts when he's at MTEs or any type of big get together, and it's clever. He just has a big old white shirt. Here's a marker. Sign my shirt. I don't know what he does with them, but
I think he
shows them on Facebook.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's gonna be some history right there. 30 years from now.
Yeah.
Industry.
Yeah.
Be hanging up,
fun. Tons of memories
on the wall, man.
Super nice guy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, cool. All right. Well, is there anything else cooking, guys? Because we're reaching the end of our show here, and that was awesome talking to Fred.
Any closing thoughts?
Man.
No. I've been working away on my shop, man. I just got some new couches, and now I'm going to be doing some new flooring in my waiting room. So,
when you say new couches, from what century?
they're actually Restoration Hardware.
Oh yeah, that's expensive stuff, man.
Yeah, they were expensive. They look, the outside of them look like an airplane. It's aluminum with rivets.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
And then distressed leather, and it kind of looks like a car seat almost.
Right.
So they fit the theme, and they're they're cool, but yeah, they were expensive.
Yeah.
And you're putting in a flush floor mid-rise lift for your
Yes.
work.
Yeah.
station.
So I got my bend pack scissor lift. It's like going to be a 4-foot lift, but it's going to be in ground. So I've got contractors coming, hopefully soon, to cut the holes in and lay all that in.
We're going to expect video and responses to questions.
Yes, please respond to your damn questions, Daniel.
Okay.
No, honestly, it pisses people off. I get to hear about it. It's like, what's wrong with Daniel?
I expect you to answer my question.
Why is he always ghosting me? He puts something. I answer a question or he says something, and boom, you never see him again. He totally ghosts me. That's the term now, ghosting.
Ghosting. Okay.
I had to find that out.
I thought I was going to have to look it up.
You got to keep up on the terms there, John. There's ghosting, there's being Karened.
Karen,
Karened yet?
You know what?
I have not been Karen. I've been Karened a great deal in my life, but I haven't been Karened lately because I'm in an entire free state, so we don't have that problem. But remember, multiple Karens is a homeowners association. So
yes, I have
be
that.
aware of that.
That was funny.
I have the HOA. I have the HOA. There are a bunch of Karens around here.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we appreciate you every week for listening in and getting the latest and greatest. Keep tuning in. Give us a review on whatever medium you're listening to us, and give us a thumbs up, 5-star, all that good stuff. And remember to level up your tools.
And don't do stupid stuff.
And keep it stiff. Keep it stiff. Sorry. Keep it stiff.
Stiff. Yeah, stiff. Yeah.
Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with all the industry and tool-related news every week.
Don't forget to grab your Magnatech mat, available at most PDR tool distributors.